And I'm Rina Tolentino.
Allan, Visitacion.
Join us on Good Job Philippines every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon.
On Radyo Bandido TV simulcast on DZRJ 8:10 a.m.
On Sky Cable Channel 224, Digital Boxes, and on Free 2 Air TV, Facebook.com/DZRJ 810 a.m.
And on our official YouTube channel. We give you all good news all the time, right here on Good Job Philippines.
Good morning, DZRJ 810 a.m. proudly brings you Good Job Philippines with Barbie Atienza. Enjoy a recap of the week's good news and developments, highlighting the great men and women behind them. And now, here is your host, Barbie Atienza.
Good morning, Metro Manila. Good morning, Philippines. Good evening, world, and welcome to another exciting and live edition of Good Job Philippines here on DZRJ, Voice of the Philippines. And yes, we are live today. We are so live today, and please view us. Lahat po ng nakikinig na mga kasama natin at kababayan at yung ating mga suki po na nakikinig ngayon sa radyo Bandido po, dyan sa radyo sa 810 AM po, kilohertz. Tayo po ay live ngayon at kasalukuyan din po tayong live sa ating mga tele-radio programs. We are live sa Sky Cable Channel 224 at doon din po sa ating GMA Afford the Box at ABS-CBN TV Plus at ngayon po ay nadagdagan pa tayo ng mas maraming mga channels. Nasa Sky Cable Channel 19 po tayo, Destiny Channel 30, Signal Channel 28 at sa GSAT po ng Channel 58 at nasa Easy Box, RCA Box at sa lahat po ng may mga DDT boxes. And of course, we are live streaming on Facebook on DZRJ, Radyo Bandido, Voice of the Philippines. And wag kayo, nasa YouTube tayo ngayon sa bagong channel sa YouTube, nasa Radyo Bandido po tayo sa YouTube. At on behalf of Rina Tolentino and Barbie Atienza, magandang umaga po. Isang malaking karangalan at it's an honor to have you here watching us. At kami po ay really excited as the whole nation prepare for the Independence Day to be celebrated dito po sa month of June. At together din po sa month of June, we are also celebrating worldwide what we call the Pride Month. The Pride Month of June. Ayan, napakagandang pag-usapan po talaga yung term na yan kung saan ang Pride Month ay lahat tayo ay nag-uusap at nagtatanong ano ba talaga ang Pride Month at kailan yan na pag-usapan at mukhang talagang pinag-uusapan na ang term na Pride Month. For our discussion today, we are so honored and very excited na napagbigyan tayo ng isa sa mga malalaking kumpanya at malalaking law firms to discuss the what we call the safe workplace, yung tinatawag nating safe workplace. At the safe workplace is a healthy workplace, or where we could be discussing more on the relationship of people management and people engagement, most especially on the definition and clarification of the most popular word nowadays floating around, what we call the gender. Yan ho yung ating mga pag-uusapan. And I'm just very excited that, and I hope our guest is already today. There we are, and we're very excited because yun nga po at ang ating mga pag-uusapan. And on preparation, of course, of our Independence Day coming in, we're just we'd like to recognize, of course, some people na makakasama din natin sa next program natin next week sa General at tinatawag nating Independence Day. And I was just informed by the... Yes. We're just we'd like to recognize, of course, some... And we are just being advised now that our guests are online already. And syempre, I'm just too excited to introduce them, and ayan yan, you just wave your hands. Oh my gosh, napakaganda ng ating umaga talaga ngayon. Napakaganda, and I'm just very excited. At alam niyo po, napakadami nating pag-uusapan ngayon at I just have to admit, itong topic na to is very close to my heart at ako'y very excited sa topic na to. So, right now po, we are live streaming on Facebook, and if you're there watching, please don't forget to click like, and share this program para mas marami po tayong mga kasamang magpa-participate at magtatanong ng questions sa atin. And hindi lang po yan, at dahil we want everybody to participate, so don't forget, we have a comment section in the comment box and we will be reading all your questions. So umpisa na po natin ang umaga sapagkat maraming excited at mahaba po itong ating pag-uusapan ngayon, at ito po ang tinatawag nating trending talk ngayon, buwan na to, yung Pride Month of June. Well, let me introduce to you one of the how would I say, one of the very, very young lawyer, at kakatapos lang po yung tinatawag nating best bar ever. At ngayon po, we're very fortunate dito sa Good Job Philippines at kasama natin ang isang attorney at legal authority at good words. Ito po, naka-focus po siya talaga sa workplace at sa work area. At hindi lang po yan, what makes this person a hitman on this talk today? Naging lawyer din po siya at naging active participant siya sa legal opinion at legal advisors nung nakaraan na eleksyon. So hindi ko na po papatagalin at papakilala ko na po sa inyo ang isa sa mga, how would I say, gwapo, matalino, magaling at napakasarap pong kausap dito sa ating programa ngayon. Kaya kung kayo po ay nakikinig ngayon sa radyo sa 810 at gusto nyong makita kung gaano kagagwapo itong mga kasama ko at kagaganda rin, of course, sige na po, buksan nyo na po ang inyong mga television or ang inyong mga data sa Facebook at para makita nyo na rin po kami. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Attorney Gerard Baluyot. Attorney, magandang umaga sa iyo at welcome to Good Job Philippines. Nakapatay yata, attorney, ang iyong mic.
Ayan.
So, take
yun,
two.
Sir. Yun,
Yes,
sir. Ay,
attorney.
magandang umaga po sa inyo po, sa mga nakikinig po sa atin ngayong umaga po.
Yes, attorney. And of course, we'd like also to call everyone's attention na sa wakas nakasama na rin natin ang isang tao dito ngayon. At attorney rin po siya, is one of the legal luminaries, the best legal opinion we will be hearing today. And we are just honored to have this young gentleman. I'd like to introduce to you this person from Akla, senior partner of Edrenal Santos Law Firm, Mr. Attorney Henry Santos. Attorney Henry, magandang umaga sa iyo. Batiin mo ang iyong mga tagahanga, attorney. Yes, attorney.
Baka ngayon pala ako magkaroon. Magandang umaga po. Sir Allan, magandang umaga. Thank you for having us here.
Yes, of course. Bago ho tayo mag-break for a commercial, I'd like also to introduce to you one of the most beautiful woman, person, beautiful face, and a beautiful heart. And of course, a very, very beautiful heart. I'd like to introduce to you the name to reckon with, the name to recognize, and the name to remember when it comes to marketing. Now, I'd like to introduce to you the Chief Marketing Officer of Allan Group of Companies, none other than the beautiful Miss Claire David. Magandang umaga, Claire. Batiin mo ang mga tigahanga mo nakikinig sa iyo ngayon. Magandang umaga, Claire.
Good morning, Allan. Baka tagahanga mo, Allan. And don't tell me that I owe you lunch or breakfast for that generous introduction. It's good to be with attorneys Henry and Gerald, but more importantly, it's nice to have, as an audience, the Good Job Philippines community. Thank you very much for you and Barbie for having us here. Thank you, Allan.
Nako, it's an honor to have your team right now. Your words and your wisdom not only will be shared here in our country, but we'll be sharing this worldwide. You know, we are not the only community who is celebrating Pride Month right now. It's a worldwide celebration, and we'll be discussing, and we'll be also sharing the experience and the awareness of what Pride Month is all about and how this Pride Month can help us influence a better, healthy workplace. Ayan. So when everyone is talking about Pride Month, it talks about gender. Yan, di ba? Yung gender mo. So what is totally, first let us define, una mo, ilagay natin sa lugar at sa pedestal ang salitang gender. At hinihingi ko po sana ng paliwanag o interpretation on what gender is really all about and how gender influences a man's action and maybe his thinking and his heart as well. Yan, ano ba talaga tong gender na to? So let's hear it from Attorney General, Gerald Baluyot. Gerald, could you give us a definition of how we put gender sa isang pananalita kung saan mas maiintindihan ng nakakarami? Gerald?
Well, Sir Allan, kung titignan natin yung gender, well, it refers to the characteristics of men, women that are socially constructed. So it refers also to the behaviors and roles associated with being a woman, man, girl, or a boy, as well as relationship with each other. However, differentiate natin ang gender sa sex, which refers to the different biological and physiological characteristics of female or male, which are determined at birth. However, nowadays, we intertwine gender and gender identity, which refers naman to the how persons deeply felt internally and personally, whether it may be correspond to their physiological or to their biological designation at birth. So, titignan natin, yung gender, it refers to the behavior naman. Whether kung ano yung nafe-feel nila, yun yung madedesignate nila as who are, kung sino man sila, kung sino sila.
Yun. So nakita natin ngayon kung ano yung gender. Ipapaliwanag natin at itatanong pa rin natin kay attorney para sa mas maraming nakakarinig sa atin ngayon, lalo na sa radyo, no? At alam mo, attorney, kagabi pa lang at the night before last night, marami pong excited na makikinig dito sa atin na malapit sa aking puso. Alam mo, attorney Gerald, yung pag sinabi mo bang gender yan yung mga kilos at aksyon marahil ng isang lalaki na kumikilos na parang may female? Yun ba yun? Yun ba yung ibig sabihin ng gender classification? Yun ba yun?
Sa ngayon, sa modern times natin ngayon, yun na ang ibig sabihin ng gender. Kung ano man yung nararamdaman ng isang tao, kung ano yung feel nila, yun yung magde-determine ng gender nila.
Kung ano yung nafe-feel. Ito po yung tinatawag natin, ano po yung gender choice mo? Yung ba po yun? Yung mas common word, no? Na minsan trending pa yan sa Twitter, what is your gender choice? So napag-usapan natin kung yung gender na yun, yun yung pagkilos ng isang tao na choice niya, marahil siya ay isang kinatawan ng isang lalaki, ngunit ang kanyang pagkilos at kaugalian ay isang kababaihan. Tama ba po ako doon?
Yes po, Sir Allan. Yes.
So itatanong natin kung ano at kung meron bang mga batas na nakapaligid diyan sa tinatawag nating gender para naman magkaroon ng proteksyon yung tinatawag nating gender choices ng isang katauhan. I'd like to address this question to attorney, bilang one of the senior lawyers and opinion makers that we have presently right now. Attorney, meron bang batas na nakapaligid? And bago mo sagutin yan, gusto ko rin tanungin sa iyong pananaw at opinion, ano ba yung tinatawag nating gender equality? Yun. Gender equality. At bakit kailangan magkaroon ng gender equality? Yan ba ay batas o opinion ng isang taong mas malakas sa kanyang kinakausap? Attorney Henry?
Okay, Sir Allan, unahin natin yung gender equality. Yung equality kasi, before, kung maaalala mo, if you're siyempre, sa history, yung makikita natin yung value ng women noon, parang ano lang sila, parang sometimes, in other countries, parang commodity lang kung ituring sila. Sometimes, nagiging ano lang sila, concubine, ganyan. Ngayon, yung gender equality, ibig sabihin nun, equal opportunity for both, for all gender. Sabi nga ni Attorney Gerald kanina.
Yes.
Kung ano yung gender, is kung ano yung nafe-feel mo. So, kung ano yung nafe-feel mo, so kung ganun ang preference mo, dapat, walang diskriminasyon kung ano yung kaya mong gawin, ano yung gusto mong i-pursue, anong lifestyle ang gusto mo.
Yes, attorney. Ngayon, matagdagan
meron kang opportunity gawin yun. Now, pagdating sa mga batas, marami yan. katulad ng yung ng discrimination law, anti-sexual harassment.
Magandang ano yan,
At saka
attorney.
yung mostly kasi ginawa yan, yung sa, para ma-reinforce yung value ng women. Kasi for so long a time, tinatrato ng men as inferior yung women noon. Ngayon, di na ngayon. Pinapantay na talaga sila. Not to mean na kailangan nila ng assistance, but to recognize their value to all aspects of humanity, like economy, decision making, yon. So ganun yon. So sa tawag ito, hindi na ngayon men and women parang kung pwede nga lang tawaging equals ginawa na siguro ng batas, but syempre limitado pa rin tayo sa semantics. So nire-reinforce na sila ng batas. Parang just the government saying, or just the world saying na pantay na yan. It was never unequal. Ever since equal yan dapat.
Yeah, ever since. So, attorney, I'll have a follow-up question on what are the laws that protects a person's gender choice in a workplace, no? Ano yung batas na nakapaligid sa isang katauhan sa kanyang pag-iisip at pagkilos ukol doon sa kanyang pagpili ng kanyang gender choice, no? Ano yung batas na yon? And I'd like to ask also, Ma'am Claire, how do you envision, no, to promote and market this safe workplace? And how do you envision this culture of gender equality as a person and as a work person in your organization? Paano ba ho natin i-market ito?
Maybe like it's beyond marketing. I'd like to think of culture, sensitivity, inclusivity as part of what we value, okay, and how we actually interact with people. Since you've mentioned about marketing is about being interested in what like different people across all age group and across all gender are in. If we are interested in who they are and what tips in the decision making, then that goes hand in hand with respecting everything that comes in with our audience and with the people. As a work person, okay, this would entail respecting my colleagues, respecting the partners, our vendors, and our suppliers, okay, and because marketing deals a lot with many creative groups, okay, and we know how diverse the personalities are in the creative industry, okay, and we simply recognize, we simply acknowledge, and we are very, very grateful for the many contributions, for the talents that our colleagues, whatever gender we may be, okay, whether we're male, female, whatever age group, more so if you're part of the LGBT community, okay, the way that we do it in the company and how we address our services is we make sure, okay, that their needs are actually addressed, okay, that we have services, okay, and our team, okay, can communicate and can engage with them in a way that does not discriminate, okay, and that there will be no bias that will come out to be negative. Okay. That's how I would see my contribution within the workplace and how the different businesses of the Aklan group of companies would address yung mga clients namin. Kasi iba-iba naman tayo ng pinanggagalingan eh.
I'm sorry. Napakaganda na sinabi ni Claire David, no? Yung sa kanyang community, sa work place nila is a very healthy and a safe place because they look at people on their ability and their quality of work, hindi doon sa kanyang gender choice. Alam mo, lalo na ngayon, napakahirap maghanap ng trabaho sapagkat tayo ay lahat under the product and community and weather of the pandemic. Napakahirap po at pag ikaw ay natapat pa sa isang HR o isang kumpanya na may very prejudice on your gender choice, naku, talaga namang sayang ang quality mo. I'd just like to ask Attorney Henry, ano po ang batas na nakapaloob kung saan pinipigilan o binabantayan ang ating mga kababayan ang isang katauhan kung sa kanyang gender equality na this is my choice of gender. Ako ay isang lalaki pero ang pinipili kong kaugalian at pagkilos ay isang kababaihan. Ako'y nag-a-apply ng trabaho. Sana tingnan mo ako sa aking galing, likas na katalinuhan at hindi dahil sa aking pagkilos o pag-iisip ng gender choice. Attorney Henry, ano ang protection ko sa aking gender choice?
Meron tayo yung latest, yung Safe Space Act. Basically, ang sinasabi nun, dapat free akong gawin ko anong gusto ko. Kung ano yung preference ko bilang sa gender or gender choice ko. So, hindi mo ko dapat una-una i-discriminate or i-judge. Sabi nga ng mga millennial ngayon, hindi ka dapat judger. Diba? So, huwag kang judger. Sabi nga ng mga millennials ngayon. So, hindi mo ko dapat i-judge dun sa mga sexual preference ko. At dapat, in all corners of the office, safe ako. Hindi ako, I'm free from any harassment or discrimination or kahit man lang I'm from any judgment based on my sexual preference. Isa yan yan yung actually main purpose ng ano. It's to ensure that whatever your sexual preference or your gender is, you're free to do what you want. As well, of course, there are limitations imposed by law. But, you know, as long as it's within the bounds of the law, walang problema. You can freely do what you want. Yun yun. And you're safe on doing that. Yun yung ini-ensure nun.
Yeah, Attorney Henry and Claire, one very beautiful example is what your community is applying right now in Aklan group of companies. A safe workplace where everybody would feel happy and healthy. How would a friend of mine who's a gay and he'd like to apply in your company and work in one of your group company, how healthy is it for a person like him to apply in your company and to work as well?
First is the reason why you're having us. Our human resource policies, our procedures and guidelines are actually we consult with the Endrenal and Santos law firm. So there's legal guidance in terms of paper documentation. Okay, why legal guidance is important? Because after you have that set of statement, the policy, okay, the different groups, management in particular, HR or the personal department in particular, would have to embody that in terms of initiatives, in terms of actions, okay? So that our code of conduct or how we behave, how we interact with one another, okay, becomes a lot more clearer, okay? There's with harmony, there's productivity, so to speak.
Oh, I like that.
So that's how things are very much interrelated. Okay, we start with the values, you start with the policy, you have your corporate statement, and then the personnel and the human resource guidance on how everyone from our big boss, okay, down to the rank and file, down to the security guards, okay. So our guards should be able to welcome the applicant openly, okay, be able to assist, okay, and endorse the applicant to the recruitment section. Recruitment should be able to address the requirements, okay, should be able to engage with the talent, okay, and see how he or she will fit in. Okay, we even ask how they'd like to be addressed. Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
We've had we are a varied group, and if you would allow, okay, I did prepare like a couple of slides, okay, just to show a visual kung gaano ka varied membership at ang management ng Aklan Group of Companies. This is the first time that I'm going to try it. Wait up,
Sige, let's look at it. Let's do it.
Let
And then
me
before we show that slides of how beautiful it is to have a safe and healthy workplace, I just like to throw this question. After that, I'll be asking Attorney Gerard Baluyot. Attorney, what is exactly and what makes June a Pride Month? We'll be back. Claire, let's see what's that slide.
Okay, sure. Okay, I'm sharing a PowerPoint right now. Wait up. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our group. Okay, we have here our founders. Okay, our CEO JP Aklan and his wife, our CFO Rose Aklan. We have actually young people, okay, to very seasoned, experienced people like me with white hair. Okay, you see, like, we do not discriminate on gender, on age, and on your preferences. Okay, you've asked earlier what Pride Month is all about. Okay, so Pride Month is all about being proud of our identity, of who we are, what we bring in to the group, to our Philippine society at that. No matter who we love, okay, it's a statement that is often associated with Pride Month. You are who you are, and it's great to love no matter what gender we prefer to be our companion or partner with in life. And we do embody that in the group. That is why we openly express and we allow our team to express themselves. Okay, I have here a recent post that we celebrate Pride Month, and I am proud to show our very smart and very dependable IT director. And our IT director is gay, and we love him, and we are so proud of him. So I asked permission from Gaspe to do this, and he said, "Of course." Okay, so I'm sharing this to the group, okay, and to your audience. Okay. Hindi na kasi usong maging repressed, and when people can, openly be who they are, then I guess like they are productive. And what Henry has mentioned earlier, whether you're young, whether you're of a female, okay, our company is a safe place to work with, to be in, and to grow. This is the slides that we'd like to share, Allan, and thank you for indulging me on this. Okay.
Okay, there you go. What a very, very beautiful slides. I just got a text from a good friend. Okay, since your company is so related to healthy, safe workplace, and Good Job Philippines is about picking up stories on career and bringing it up. Okay, I just have a question. Meron ba daw job opening dyan ngayon sa company ninyo? At marami yatang gustong mag-apply knowing that it's a safe workplace, especially now our nation is on a rebound.
Okay, we are always open to taking a look at talents. Okay, you can check our Facebook page. That's Aklan Group of Companies. Okay, or you can email your resume over at careers@aklangroup.com or info@aklangroup.com. We are into different business initiatives. Okay, Allan, you're quite familiar with our medical business. That's Home Lab Medical and Diagnostic Services. Okay, you were also able to talk to one of our architects before. We do have a construction firm, okay, who are in charge of building those home lab clinics. Okay. And we also have our own printing services called Instaprints. Okay, there are. I'd like to think that as the company is growing and expanding, we do have we are in a need for talents. Okay, and for the applicants who are quite interested to joining a safe and inclusive company like the Aklan group of companies like ours, okay, I have those 2 emails where you can share in your resume, careers@aklangroup.com and info@aklangroup.com.
Yun, thank you very much. We're very excited and masaya po kami rito sa stasyon sa DZRJ kung saan makakatulong kami sa mga taong naghahanap ng trabaho at kinakailangan po. Attorney Gerald, gusto ko lang po itanong sa iyo, sa inyong opinion, kailan po kaya darating ang panahon kung saan pwede tayong mag-apply ng trabaho at dun sa CV natin may question doon, male, female, kailan kaya pwedeng ilagay yung gender choice? Sa palagay mo, darating kaya ang yugto at panahon natin, itong mga edad natin na makikita natin sa ating mga resume may nakalagay na gender choice? Back to you, Attorney Gerald.
Well, Sir Allan, nakita nyo naman ngayon, di ba? Unti-unti namang nagmo-modernize at na-accept kung ano yung gender preference mo. Pero unti-unti nag-a-adjust na yung Philippines, wherein nakita nyo naman may pending tayo sa Congress, wherein the SOGI bill, di ba? Kung naaalala nyo, nakapending siya, wherein it will now provide protection against discrimination para sa mga members ng LGBTQI+, di ba? So I think it will be in the near future, sir, na magiging legalized na yung kung ano man yung gusto mong ilagay na gender preference natin, sir.
Kasi ako, I have a friends, mga mahal kong kaibigan, very close to my heart and very, very close to my family sa community ng LGBTQ+, no? So, very close ako sa kanila. Sometimes they air to me the reason, kaya po namin tinatanong yan sa inyo, lalo na sa inyong mga attorneys, no? Kasi ang problema po, karamihan sa community nila, minsan may mga taong pag ina-applyan mo ng trabaho, they try to hide, they try to hide it from yung nag-i-interview sa kanila, yung gender choice nila. So, tinatago nila yan, tapos on the run of their probationary, on the 6th month, nalalaman yung lumalabas yung gender choice nila na itinago nila. And then sometimes, because they're only probationary period, hindi sila natatanggap sa trabaho. And that's very, very sad. And for me, that is a social injustice, no? So kami, excited kami na lumabas na yung batas na yan at magamit namin para lalo pa namin mapatatag ang tinatawag nating gender choice equality. Attorney Henry, your opinion on just what I said?
Well, actually, yung sinabi nyo sa probationary period, actually, hindi naman, it's really sad na gano'n ang storya, no? Pero, even in the labor code, hindi yan it's not even a ground for termination. It's not even a standard, actually. It's just sad na talagang may mga kumpanyang ganyan. But, doon naman I started working as early as year 2000. So, pero di pa ako lawyer noon. Wala naman akong nakita na ganyan dun sa mga kumpanyang pinagtrabahuan ko. Pero meron na lang siguro mga ilan-ilan. Mukhang pakonti na ng pakonti. Natatanggap na sila kasi we can never deny yung talent nila eh. Kasi
yes.
you should judge them you should rate them on their talents, not on their sexual preference or gender. So, tingin ko, mawawala na yung ganyan. Actually, since 2000 na nag-work ako, wala na akong experience na ganyan. Siguro yung mga natitira lang conservative. Pero ngayon, parang malapit na siya mawala. I can feel that eh. So, even sa Aklan, dito naman sa company namin, wala eh. Hindi naman ako tinanong. So, I don't see that, I can see that it's becoming tawag doon, parang mawawala na talaga siya. Sana eventually obliterated na talaga yung ganyang pag-iisip. Yeah.
Yes, totoo yan. And we definitely hope, no? Lahat kami sa community, we hope na sana po mawala na yan. Kasama nga ng isang kaibigan natin, itago po natin siya sa pangalang Carlo. Sabi nga ni Carlo, wala namang aamin na kumpanya na hindi ako tinanggap dahil nahalata ang aking pagkilos, no?
That's correct.
Di ba? Wala naman talagang aamin. So napakahirap talagang dalhin yan sa labor, sa dole. Napakahirap gawin yan. Not unless we educate people on gender equality, just like what you and I, and together with Claire and Attorney Gerard, is exactly what we're doing on Good Job Philippines, creating and encouraging a gender equality. Now, ang gusto ko rin itanong yung personal opinion mo, Gerard, and Claire, of course, no? I'd just like to ask your personal opinion mo doon sa mga right now, even, sa mga inside, sabi nga nila, why do we talk about a company when we can talk about a family who does not practice gender equality? Or minsan may mga pamilya kasi yung batas nandudol lang sa loob ng work eh. So bago mo siya ma-implement at ma-apply, kailangan employee ka muna. Wala kasi ron sa batas na nag-a-apply ako. Hindi pa ako employee kasi sabi na, I can hit you anywhere because you're just applying. But how do we work on a gender choice, respect the gender choice of a person within a family structure? Claire?
I guess you're right. In a workplace, it's easy kasi there's the law that surrounds it. Okay, that's a tough question when pag pinag-uusapan na natin yung pamilya. Okay. Sa aking pananaw, okay, it all boils down to how we care for each family member. Or kung paano natin nire-respeto yung bawat isa. Halimbawa kung pinsan mo man yan o kapatid mo yan, more so pag anak natin, di ba? If we allow that individual to flourish and to grow and to recognize his or her identity, meron kasi yung proseso ng, sa tingin ko, nung ako lumalaki, may proseso ka ng self-discovery or what you like, what you're interested in, and if we have family members who will nurture that, who will support those interests, then we will end up to be a happy and best person that we can be. It's quite idealistic as it sounds, okay? Pero sa palagay ko, ang Pinoy na pamilya, okay, maybe because of our faith as well, okay, we are accepting and we are caring and supporting. Kaya nating influensyahan yung mga ibang members ng family na medyo iba ang pagtanggap, okay? But I hear a lot of stories. Sooner or later, there is going to be that acceptance of who our kapatid is and who our anak is. Okay, and that they end up to be very productive Filipinos, very how that they can contribute to the family as well. Yun yung pananaw ko pag sa pamilya. Kailangan lang siguro respeto, alalay, at pagsuporta dun sa mga gusto nilang gawin sa buhay, yung kanilang mga aspirations as well.
Wow, beautiful. Napakagandang pananalita sa family setting. Before that, I'd like to greet also, before Attorney, wait lang, I'd just like to greet Rina Tolentino, one of our very, very good, beautiful hosts as well, who's watching us right now. At isa po siya sa may kagandahang puso. Marami kaming mga kaibigan, mga nasa community namin sa LGBTQ friends and family. Rina Tolentino, magandang umaga sa iyo at salamat at nakikinig ka. Gerard, how do we manage, in your opinion, the family setting on gender choice? But before answering that, ladies and gentlemen, napakadaming nakikinig sa atin at nanonood ngayon. Don't forget to like and share this program. We'll be pausing for a commercial and we'll be right back to Gerard Baluyot. We'll be pausing for a break. Back to you, studio.
Ako po si Bernard Tan, ang kakampi sa katotohanan at katarungan, ang kakampi ng mga OFWs. Samahan niyo po ako sa aking programang Kakampi. Gabi-gabi po yan, alas 9 hanggang alas 11 ng gabi. Dito lamang po yan sa DZRJ 810 AM, ang nag-iisang Radyo Bandido. Sabayan din niyo po itong mapapanood sa aming Radyo Bandido TV at syempre sa Sky Cable 224 at sa aming digital boxes at free-to-air TV. At syempre, kasama po dyan ang facebook.com, DZRJ810AM at ang official YouTube channel. Samahan niyo po ako gabi-gabi at sama-sama po nating labanan ang mali at ipaglaban ang tama.
Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Tita Carmen Ignacio, na nag-aanyaya sa lahat na samahan kami sa aming palatuntunang pulso ng sambayanan na sumasayang papawid araw-araw, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 6 hanggang alas 7:30 ng umaga, dito po sa Radyo Bandido TV, DZRJ 810 AM. At sabayan din po kaming napapanood sa Sky Cable, Channel 224, sa facebook.com/DZRJ 810 AM. At maaari din po kayong mag-subscribe. Ito po ay inyong i-like, pindutin ang bell, at kung maaari po, ito ay inyong i-share sa inyong mga kaibigan, kamag-anak o kakilala dito po sa loob at sa labas ng bansa. Marami pong salamat.
Hi, I'm Barbie Atienza.
And I'm Rina Tolentino.
Allan, Visitacion.
Join us on Good Job Philippines every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon.
On Radyo Bandido TV simulcast on DZRJ 810 AM.
On Sky Cable Channel 224, digital boxes, and on free 2-air TV, facebook.com/DZRJ 810 AM.
And on our official YouTube channel. We give you all good news all the time, right here on Good Job Philippines.
We now return to Good Job Philippines on DZRJ 810 AM. Here is your host, Barbie Atienza.
Good morning, and we're back on behalf of Barbie Atienza and the very beautiful Rina Tolentino. We welcome everyone. Magandang umaga po. At nakabalik na tayo sa ating mainit at pero masayang discussion dito sa Good Job Philippines, where we celebrate the Pride Month of June and where we talk about gender equality. Attorney Gerard Francis, napakaganda ng ating pag-uusap. Pag-usapan natin, paano naman natin ma-encourage ang isang family sa gender acceptance or gender equality ng isang pamilyang Pilipino. Gerard?
Hi, sir. Pwede, before I answer the question, pwede ko ba bang batiin ang aking parents na nakikinig from Seattle, USA?
Wow! Please. I'm excited to hear the names of your parents as well.
Edwin, tsaka si Mama, tsaka si Aida Baluyat po.
Sa Seattle. Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm very, very sure once they watch this episode of Good Job Philippines, it will be a sleepless in Seattle, having you, a gorgeous person, watching you. And kami po sa Pilipinas ay sumasabay sa gender equality kung saan po, dyan din po sa bansang Amerika ay sineselebrate siya ngayon. Gerard, sino pa ba mga kamag-anak mo sa Amerika?
Yung aking mga uncles and aunties po nasa California naman sila. At yung brother ko na nagsiserve sa United States Air Force.
Wow. Patriot. Gerard, Attorney Gerald, so let's talk about that. The Filipino family. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Ang pinakamagandang driving force ng acceptance to the Filipino families is the social media. Sa social media, di ba? Unlike in nung panahon na the Filipino family is a patriarchal dominant society wherein kailangan macho ka. Kailangan, di ba? Yung dati na parang militaristic style of training, di ba? So, when information age comes in, lalo na ngayon, computer age na tayo, wherein meron ng social media, Facebook, di ba? So, madali nang ma-inform yung every person na kung ano man yung gusto niyang i-express at madali siya maka-influence to the other people. Di ba? Kaya siguro ngayon, nakita naman natin, ang dami na nating sikat na mga achiever na members of the LGBTQI+, di ba? Na well-recognized na ng society. Unlike dati, kahit super achiever ka, hindi ka ma-accept, di ba, ng society. Ngayon, di ba, nakita naman natin, and for example, sila Vice Ganda, di ba, we're in, kumbaga, blockbuster, patak na patok, sikat na sikat sa mga pamilya, na nagbibigay din ng stigma, nagre-remove ng stigma na being a member of the LGBTQI is hindi ka naman parang lesser person or a burden to the society. Yun po, sir.
Yes. Attorney Henry, I have a question coming from a very opinionated person. Attorney, paano ba kung sa palagay ko nag-apply ako ng trabaho at hindi ako tinanggap dahil nahalata nila yung gender preference ko is directly opposite to my sex? Pwede ko ba sampahan ng kaso yon by mere feeling?
Pwede naman kasi it's violative of the discrimination law, the anti-discrimination law. Pwede naman. Kailangan lang niya, syempre, you just need to get the facts. So, sabi mo nga, wala namang korporasyon na kumpanya nga amin na doon ka But if you got it really clear na talagang doon ka na discriminate ka, I mean, kaya ka hindi natanggap, but because of your because of gender or sexual preference, that's a clear violation. So, just need to get the facts. And naman yan eh, pagdating sa discrimination kasi, very strict ang batas dyan. So, you can always file a case against the company or anyone who discriminates you because of your whatever yung sexual preference or even the age, kung ganon. Or yung ibang interest mo. So, yun. So, pwede ka talaga mag-file ng kaso.
Yes, attorney, I will that is well said, pero bago ko i-follow up yung next question ko, may gustong bumati sa ating mga poging lawyers. We'd like to greet Benz Marie, mga poging lawyers. Yeah, nandito siya. At oh my God, the lawyers of BS Law Firm. Yan, sabi ni Juan.
Paralegal namin yan, si Ben.
Dalangin, yeah. Okay. Attorney Henry Santos, may tanong dito. Do you accept private messages to seek opinion?
Of course.
For free. For free
opinion na naman, wala namang problema. You can always access our website.
Yun sa web.
eslawfirm.ph. So, madali naman makita doon. Kami agad ni Attorney Endrenal ang makikita nyo. So, meron namang doon, portion doon na pwede kami i-private message. So, we will address whatever your concerns are. And kung kung saglit lang naman yan, masasagot ko naman agad. Huwag niyo lang ako pagre-research ng matagal. Baka sitahin ako ng boss ko. Pero kung simple question niya, walang problema sa akin. I always entertain free questions, lalo na when it comes to making people aware of any issue, of any controversy or any topic. Ako dyan, that is very, very welcome.
Yan, okay. So narinig nyo, as long as, maybe for a start, as long as gender equality ang ating parameters ng pagtatanong natin, ay pwede na nating itanong ng libre as long as it's a very, very short story kay Attorney Henry Santos at together with Attorney Gerard Francisco Baluyot. Attorney Henry Santos, saan po namin matatagpuan ulit ang libreng tanong?
Dun sa eslawfirm.ph.
Yan.
Yun ang aming website.
Yan. Tapos,
pagka-click nyo ng website, pagka-click nyo doon, pag-enter nyo, lalabas agad ang picture ng aming managing partner at picture ko rin. Kaming dalawa yun. So, that's Attorney Endrenal and Santos. The other one is me. So, pwede kayong mamili kung sino gusto nyo. Pwede rin kayong magturuan kung sino sasagot sa inyo. But rest assured na masasagot namin yung iyong tanong.
Wow, napakaganda no? Mga kababayan ko, rest assured na merong mainit na taong sasagot sa likod ng ating mga pinipindot na letra at website. Attorney Gerard, I'd just like to ask, Attorney Gerard, sa experience mo at sa ngayon sa pakiramdam natin sa mundong ito at sa ating ginagalawan na panahon ng kasalukuyan, paano po natin may encourage na ang isang tao na pag nag-apply siya ng trabaho, ipakita mo na yung gender mo. Choice. Yes.
Pag na siguro natin yung SOGI bill, pag napasa na natin yung SOGI bill, now na yun yung batas na mag-encourage na to express what you feel para hindi na tayo magbe-base sa mga company policies and regulations. Pag meron na yung batas na yun, siguro by this Congress, lumusot na, may encourage na yung every person to express his or her gender preference po. Yeah, yun.
Attorney, Soji Bill. What is Soji Bill? Ano ba yan? Bakit Soji Bill ang tinawag sa kanya?
Yung Soji Bill is, yun yung final ng Congress, yun yung nakabinbin sa Congress na nag-ensure for the protection and to provide penalties against discrimination for the members of the LGBTQI+ communities.
Yes. Pero sa palagay mo ba, kung nakita nyo na yung batas na yan, nakasaad din ba dyan sa batas na yan yung most talked about choice din natin sa restroom? Nakasama na ba yan? Kailan kaya masasama yung batas na yun? Yung usapin dun sa restroom?
Kasi ngayon, may provision na ganun, kaso under debate pa siya. Kumbaga, pinagdedebatihan pa ng ating Congress, wherein siguro pag lumusot na siya sa third reading, doon na natin makikita kung ano man yung talagang final law final bill, yung final draft ng law. Yeah, yun.
Ako, saan pa kayo maghahanap ng isang company kung saan pinag-uusapan openly to? Now, here we go on a real talk, no? Malapit na matapos ang ating programa. Real talk with real people. Ma'am Claire, what is your stand on different gender choices on restrooms?
Okay. Again, like these are infrastructure, kung ano man yung restroom na papasukan ng isang tao. But more than the restroom, it really is yung mga basic human rights ba? So, syempre, may physiological right ka to relieve yourself. Okay. So, kung saan ka mang cubicle pumunta, dapat magagawa mo yon, dapat safe mo yung gawin. I guess, yung basic tenet doon. Ano yung pananaw ko? I come kasi from a university where yung mga ilang building sa amin, shared restroom eh. Okay? So, nanggaling ako sa ganong environment. And that was what? That was in the 90s. In the 90s, there's a college na yung restroom namin, babae, lalaki, nandun, nakakapagkwentuhan kami. Pasok kami sa cubicle, we feel safe. Okay? That's the environment that I kind of grew up with, or yung adulting period ko. Kaya siguro bukas ang aking opinion sa pagkakaroon ng third restroom, okay? Kung saan kaya nating gawin yung ating mga physiological function ng maayos.
Well said, well said. And Teens Manalastas extends his greeting to you, Ms. Claire, and to the entire panel as well. And I'd like to ask also Attorney Henry Santos. Attorney Henry Santos, isang katang pag-iisip, may papasok ba natin sa right to privacy yung tinatawag nating restroom choices sa safe and healthy workplace? Your microphone, please.
Sa ngayon kasi yung ating right to privacy ngayon, ano lang yan naka-confine kasi yung ating data privacy. Sorry, ayun. So, yung ating Data Privacy Act kasi ngayon is more on the information. So, I think when it comes to right to privacy, mukhang papasok siya kasi it's your personal preference. So, whatever you are, that's pretty private to you. Whatever your sexual preference are, mukhang pwede siyang ipasok kasi nobody should know everybody, kumbaga, it's your private information. So, pwede mong ilabas yan, pwede mong hindi. Because that's yours. Your whatever information you have, that belongs to you. So, I think in my opinion, papasok siya.
Thank you, Attorney. And Attorney Gerard, I'm very, very sure you have a social media account on Facebook. And I'd like to know, and I suppose you're one of the friendliest lawyer on Facebook right now. And if there's anyone in our community and in the entire community at sa lahat ng mga nakikinig na kababayan natin, lalong-lalo na sa Seattle, how do they find you or how do they get in touch with you and how do they reach out to you?
Yung sa Facebook ko naman is yung Gerald Baluyot lang po yung name ko. Tapos yung aking email is gerald.baluyot@aklandgroup.com.
Yan. So very good, no? And Attorney Henry Santos, would you like to share your account as well?
Sure. You can always look at my social media account. It's attorney HC Santos. Mukha ko kagad makikita niyo doon. So marami naman akong, well, one of the greeters dyan kanina, si Kids Madalasta. Facebook friend ko yon. So actually, I'm receiving a lot of private messages matagal na sa Facebook, nagtatanong ng consultation. Nasasagot ko naman sila. Just be patient lang kasi medyo dumadami pagka baka magtampo sila, hindi ko kayo masagot. But I'll get back to you, don't worry.
Yes, Miss Claire David, the Chief Marketing Officers of a clan group of companies for 20 years. You've been into marketing, you've been a guru, you've been a mentor to many people, you've been a mentor in marketing and sales as well for 20 years. After this interview, real talk, real question, how would you like to be remembered? Claire?
I've always believed in working with people through people. Okay, and the basic tenet of that would be giving due respect and allowing space for people to be who they are. Gusto ko yun yung maalala nila na pagkatrabaho ako, pag nagtatrabaho sila with the members of the Aklan group of companies, both our team and our management, they can be who they are, and they can openly contribute and co-create value with the various initiatives that we have. Okay, that's what I like to be remembered with.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you. Talk about values and who you are. We're running short of time, and it's a very exciting moment. Gerard, attorney, how would you like to be remembered on your final words? Attorney? Final words, attorney. There you go.
Ayun. Ano ko ba? Siguro yung siguro I would like to be remembered as a happy and socializing person.
Okay. Attorney Henry Santos, we have 30 seconds to go on air. Maraming salamat. Attorney, it's your time.
Well, I just like to be remembered na a good and God-fearing lawyer lang. So, good is enough for me. So, not really the most an excellent one, but but the most important thing to me is to be God-fearing. So, I think everything is andun na lahat. So, yun lang. So, thank you for having us. Binabati ko lang yung mga taga Aklan Group. They're listening right now, lalo na yung mga staff.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Aklan Group. Thank you very much, Claire, and thank you for bringing up this Pride Month of June. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng ating nakikinig. Magandang araw at hopefully see you next week. Same time, same place. On behalf of Barbie Atienza and Rina Tolentino, this is Allan Visitacion. Maraming salamat po. Back to you, studio.